What's going on, everybody? It's your dating coach, Elliot Scott, and I am tired as fuck, man. Is that good enough? Fuck. Tired as fuck. I'm up late all night writing y'all for emails, my clients and shit. But I love what I do. I love everything about it. Thank you so much. I wouldn't have it any other motherfucking way. But with that being said, I got my diet here. Actually, it's a tea. Hold on. I got a tea here because someone in the comments bitching that I'm promoting Diet Coke and it's unhealthy. I don't give a I'm just kidding. I'm gonna cuss that time. I don't give a I ain't gonna cuss. I don't give a shit though. Oh, it's just not a bad word. I don't give a shit. I love this stuff. I'm gonna promote it to the world. I love me some Diet Coke. I love me some tea. I love everything about it. So you can go suck on just the way I am, right? So with that being said, as you can see by the title below, we are talking about why you should not chase a guy. Why you should let him do his thing, girl. Get off his fucking ass. Get off that ass. Let him do his thing. The fuck is that? Let him do his thing. The first thing I'm going to say, I probably got like 3 or 4 things. The first thing I'm going to say is scarcity builds value. Every woman tells me every day, how do I build value? You know that sun in my eye. Fuck. Hold on, man. As you can see, this video is going to be everywhere, right? This is ghetto as shit. Oh my God. But as you, every woman tells me every single video, how do I build value? You know, you say this, but how do I build value? 3 ways you're going to build value. 1, you're going to subscribe, okay? You're going to build value in my eyes, at least. You're going to subscribe, okay? Do it right now. Thank you. Secondly, you're going to get my ebook below, 254 pages, absolutely free. I talk about how to create value. Again, do that below. Thirdly, you're going to not chase so fucking much. You're going to build you got to build some scarcity, man. You got to create some distance between you guys. If you do that, you create value. It's simple as that. A great example of that would be I know a lot of you are old enough to see this or understand this, but when in the 90s, when the Tickle Me Elmo came out, there was not a big supply. If you guys remember this, there was not a big supply of them, but when they came out, every single person wanted one, and the value of them went through the roof. They went from whatever they were costing to 10 times as much. You know, I remember hearing people paying hundreds of dollars for them. That's just how it is. There's scarcity. People want it. They were they're being advertised, and the advertisement created value, and then there's a scarcity of them, so the price of them increased, and people are willing to pay that price because of the value in their eyes, right? Or the value it had in their eyes, and there's a scarcity, so people were going ape shit for it. You have to back out sometimes and give him some space. I actually have a client. She emailed me yesterday, and she really likes this guy, and he's not feeling the same way, even though he kind of showed some interest at first. And she's like, she's straight up about it, and I love that she did this because she's very aware. I think a lot of women need to be aware about these things. She said, I feel like I have no more power in the relationship. They're not in a relationship, but like the interaction. She says, I have no much power. I have no more to give, really. And she's right. From what the long email she was telling me, she gave a lot of it up. She had no more value in his eyes. She had no more chips to bring to the table. She had nothing to negotiate. Okay, so you have to create scarcity, and that creates value. The second thing why you should not chase men is it shows that you're clinginess. Now you know that, or it shows that you're clingy and needy. Sorry, you know that though. I know you know that, but a lot of women, from all the emails I'm getting, and all the clients I have, and all the things I see in the comments, you can't help it. I have nothing against this. I will not judge you for this ever, 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 ever. A lot of people follow their heart, or don't follow their brain, they follow their hearts. And I was the same way. I remember I was crazy about this girl, and in the beginning I had a lot of value, but I made myself way too available, just like the girl I was just talking about in the email. She made herself way too available that she comes off as a red flag. That's a huge red flag. You might not think it is, even when the guy reaches out all the time to you, and he's the one initiating it. Being open all day, every day, shows that you don't have a life of your own, and that you're waiting on that person. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. It again, not only does it lower your value, but it shows a neediness and clinginess tendency, and it is a red flag to a guy. Okay, so you need to back out a little bit. You need to chill and do your own thing. I always say that you need to have your own life, and then you need to have time for the guy, okay? That's how it should be, I think. Thirdly, there's a reason why men pull away. Don't go on chasing him. There's a reason he pulls away. A lot of men pull away for several reasons, especially after sex or after an intimate or emotional moment. Men just like to pull away and gather themselves. After an argument, or if there's something wrong in his life, men like to pull away and gather their thoughts and reassess the situation and then come back for more. I think I just made a video about that. That's how I am, at least. I know when there's a problem or situation, or I'm stressing. I don't really stress, but if they'll say I'm stressing over something or whatever it is, right? If it's anything, men like to retreat, go into the man cave, and then reassess. And it's always been like this from an evolutionary standpoint. Men like to go out, they like to roam, they like to sit on the fucking rock and just reassess the situation, see the fucking animals come by, and they got that fucker, right? That's just how men are. While women stayed in the village and they talked to other women and they nurtured their youngs and they all gathered together to communicate and build a community, while men were out doing their own things, and sometimes the men were alone for long periods of time. That's just how it is. So you need to just let it happen. You need to let it happen. You need to let men have their space. And I always say this, and people don't understand that. I guess this could be a fourth thing, but the spacing and the gap is a beautiful thing. It makes people think. It makes people want. It makes people yearn for other people. It gives people value. There's a lot of value in space. A lot of things can happen in that time. People grow to miss you. People grow to thinking of you, and you want that in your head. You don't want to be like ding dong, and then or call someone up and they're there every single time. It sounds fun in the beginning because it's something that you want, but it creates so much. I don't want to say not animosity. That's the word I'm looking for, but it just doesn't work in the long run. And I wish women knew that. So you need to create a little more space and give a little more gap in your interactions. Like I hate when guys, especially, like they exchange numbers and then they text immediately after. I'm talking about like if I went out and got your number, or you got my number, or something like that, and then we started texting immediately after that, and for the rest of the day, and then all the rest of the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, or you guys just got done with the date, and then after the date, you start texting the rest of the night and the whole next day. Give it space. I feel like the date doesn't mean as much. If that was a first date, my hair is not on point today. If that was a first date and you guys went on it, and then you started texting all the time after the date, and then all the time on the next day, like throughout the whole next day, that date loses a lot of value and a lot of precious moments, or the precious moments in that date just don't have the same oomph that they would have if I don't talk to that person next several days. Now, the people like to make the argument, well, I want to know how he feels, or I don't like the feeling of not knowing how it goes after. Stuff like that. You want to know where you stand and if anything's changed after the date. That's why right after the date, right before, he should be kissing you, or you should kiss him if you feel, like you should. You need to tell him straight up, I had a great time. I've not had this much fun in a while. Thank you. Let him know that, give him the masculine energy. Let him know that he did something right. Let him know that he's a satisfier, a provider. Again, men love that. And he should be doing the same thing. He should say, well, you're awesome to take out. I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much. You both say we should do this again, but don't make, and he should say something as, I'll call you later in the week. You should not make a second date right there. I don't think, personally. It just doesn't, again, you lose that gap, that spacing, and it doesn't have the same oomph. So with that being said, ladies, please create some value. Don't give him all your time and attention. Give some space. If he pulls away, let him pull away, okay? Chasing him only creates tension. with that being said, I love you. Take care and peace.